Welcome to the Yadusha Show, District 29's favorite podcast. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Yadusha Show. My name is Ann Johnston Brown, and I am your host. And of course, we have Yadusha Williams on the line. She is running for Assembly District 29, and she is going to be asking a bunch of questions of our next guest. But before that, hey, how you doing, Yadusha?
I am great. Just getting everyone prepared to know in their rights. How is everybody doing?
Oh boy, I bet they're doing pretty good, because if you're not doing pretty good on a day like today, I don't know who you are. It's gorgeous outside, and we do have a question that was sent to us by one of those happy people. And she says, "Hey, Yadusha, someone stole my dog. Sandy
Oh, no.
Sandy was the dog's name. Says I reported it and nothing was done. I got her back, but the problem is these young kids do things to us and nothing gets done to them. What will you do?"
Well, I'm very sorry that your dog was missing for however long, and I'm very glad that you got your dog back. Sandy is most likely happy to be back with you. But I do agree that things aren't, they're just not completed anymore. When it comes to protecting our community, the community does not feel safe.
Mm-mm.
And just like I spoke about a couple days ago, I do have a bill that I want to push forward once I'm in office about holding these young adults accountable
Yeah.
for their actions. Now, these days, most of theft and most of destruction is from teenagers 18 and under. And we need parents to be more accountable. So we're going to work on that bill and fine tune it to make sure our community is protected. And it will force parents to take care of their children before they put them out in the world for everyone else to wreak havoc on.
Mhm. And you know that's the problem, right? They rear their children up to believe there are no consequences. And
Right.
then yeah. Mhm.
Now these days, people just don't say no anymore to their
That's
children,
right.
and that's a huge problem. So it's time to make some changes so they can wake up. If their parents are going to do it, we're definitely going to do it for them.
All right, we have on the line Jim Marchant. He's been a leader and innovator in the computer, software, internet, and telecommunication industries since 1984. In 2020, Jim ran for Congress to represent Nevada's Congressional District 4 and was endorsed by President Donald J. Trump and Congressmen Jim Jordan, Andy Biggs, and Paul Gosar. He is now running for the U.S. Senate, representing the great state of Nevada, and he's here with us now. Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Doing well. How are y'all?
We're doing great. Hey, Yadusha, you've got some questions. Why don't you take it away?
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Jim Marchant, by being on. We really do appreciate it. I took a look at your information. I saw that you actually ran for Assembly District 37 some years back. And I was just curious on what are some of the key achievements from your time in the Nevada State Assembly that you feel have prepared you for the U.S. Senate?
I think I ran in 16, same year that President Trump ran for office, and I won. And I served in the assembly here in Nevada, and I represented District 37, which is kind of the northwest area up here where I live. And we were in the minority then during that session. So what I did, or my accomplishments were, just trying to stop really bad bills from being passed. Most of the bills that I sponsored, as a freshman or as an assemblyman, you get to sponsor a number of bills. As a freshman, you get 6. I think, if not a freshman, I think you get 11 or something like that. Could have changed since then. Most of my bills that I sponsored, I had 6, and 4 out of the 6 were Second Amendment bills. I wanted to protect our Second Amendment. So, one of them was I wanted Nevada to be one of the constitutional carry states. Obviously, that didn't get passed because we were controlled by Democrats, but those were my bills. So, and then I think the other thing is was a disruptor in the assembly. I was very upset that our own governor, Republican Brian Sandoval, killed our school choice. We actually had a school choice bill that we passed in 2015 session, but he managed to convince the other side to sue and make sure that it wasn't funded. So even though we have a great bill on the books, he convinced the other side to sue and make sure it wasn't funded. So we tried to get him to fund it during the 2017 session, and he wouldn't do it. And basically what happened was we were able to we were able to have the leverage to force the Democrats to fund it, even though they controlled. But Sandoval basically strong-armed 3 senators into changing their vote because we had it passed in the session. He basically strong-armed 3 senators to change their vote. Got Aaron Ford to bring the vote back up again, and they switched, and there went school choice. We had it killed, but we did have it funded.
Well, this is an opportunity for change this year. We're going to make a lot of changes, and hopefully we could bring about the bills that were very important to you, that it's very important to the community now that they see it. Now, just as a little brief synopsis, what are the top 3 policies that, if you're elected, that you will put in place?
Well, the major issue right now is the border crisis and immigration. We've got to deal with that. There are some bad people coming across our border right now, and it's very dangerous. I mean, it's a huge national security issue. The other issue is election integrity, something that I've been extremely passionate about and worked hard on for the past, since 2020, November 4th, 2020. Right. And of course, the economy. I mean, the economy, everybody's hurting. There's no reason why anybody in America is poor. There's no reason why anybody in America is sick. And so we've got to fix a lot of issues.
That's
and
great.
The economy is one of them.
You sound like you're reading my website as you're talking. Yeah. We're aligned in so many ways. I love it. Now, as far as veterans, how do you propose to improve services and support for Nevada veteran population? Because we have a huge one, and we need to make some changes there. What would you do?
Yeah. Absolutely. There's no reason in the world why veterans are lacking for anything. And it's just a travesty that the people that are in control, and when I say people, it's like the Democrats, of course, but then, we also have a uniparty. We have people in the Republican Party that don't care either. And we need to elect Republicans that care. And I definitely do. And we will make sure that our veterans are well taken care of. And there's no reason in the world why any veteran is homeless right now. And we're sending money to Ukraine, and we're not taking care of them. Are you kidding me? That stops under my watch and President Trump's watch.
Absolutely. It's crazy how the people that actually protected and served this country have to beg just to have food to eat. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's all by design by the other side, the evil people, and that's what we've got to defeat. That's why we need people like myself and you in office so that we can stop stuff like that. Absolutely. And that's exactly what's going to happen when we get in.
And we know that there's a lot of veterans out there that are very ill, and it's very hard to get them proper health care. What are your views on the current state of health care in Nevada as a whole, and what changes would you propose to address on those issues?
Well, our healthcare system is a disaster, and that's by design also. Like I said, You have the big pharmacy companies, and the other side, they want us to be sick. And there's no reason
I
why
agree.
we're sick at all. We have technology that's being suppressed where nobody should be sick in our country at all. We've got, all of the stuff they're putting in our foods is making us sick on purpose so that we'll spend more money with the pharmaceutical companies. And we've got to, we have a lot of problems we've got to address, and we just need people in there that have the guts to do it.
Exactly. People that aren't afraid to speak out loud and actually speak it to the people.
Exactly, because that's exactly what I'm for, and that's why the other side hates me so much. The Uniparty hates me because I vote for the people. I have a record when I was in the assembly. It was the number one most conservative voting record in the assembly when I was there. I was ranked by American Conservative Union number one. And the reason is because I voted for the people, not the lobbyists, not the special interests, not the woke corporations, and certainly not the liberal establishment that controls our world right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of things going on that we have to change. But speaking of liberals, uh, can you give an example from your political career where you successfully actually worked with the other side
Oh
and
yeah,
passed any
yes.
legislation?
Yeah, I can tell you. Well, I didn't help them pass legislation because all of the bills that they put forward were not really good. I mean, some of them were okay, but so as far as working with the Democrats, I was known for listening to them. I would let them come into my office and talk to me. And I said, convince me that your bill's the best, and that I should vote for your bill. And I was actually known that session by the Democrats and the staffers that worked there as the cool Republican because I was nice to them. I talked to them because you don't get anywhere if you don't talk and discuss
Absolutely.
Your ideas and your thoughts on where we should go with bills. And I did. I wanted to know. I wanted to know why were they passionate about passing certain bills and why. And
Right.
a
The
lot of
main thing
times,
is listening to everybody as a whole and finding what's best for our community.
right, exactly. And I would usually convince them. When they walk out of my office, they would say, "Well, you make too much sense and don't say anything, but I understand." So
I
I
love
would
it.
tell them, I said, why? I said, why would you want to do that? This is where I am. And
Right.
so, but I was known as the Republican that would talk to them, the cool Republican, they said.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Yeah, Jim. Hey, let me tell you something. I'm a CCW carrier and I believe in the Second Amendment. I'm so glad that you do. And if you are our senator, I know you're going to protect that with us, as well as
Absolutely.
election integrity, right? That,
Election integrity,
yeah,
energy,
yeah.
the economy, of course, and we discussed the border.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got to address the fentanyl crisis
Yep.
also. I mean, that is a huge issue that is not really being talked about a
Yeah.
lot, but it's huge. We
Right.
have so many issues, it's unbelievable.
Well, we're so glad that you're on the side that we are, right, Yadusha? We're grateful.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Jim. And I want to remind our listeners, by the way, that you can join us this Saturday, May 4th, from 3 to 6 p.m. for our gun and safety firearms training fundraiser. Just go to our Instagram page for more information. Jim, how do our listeners get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can reach me on my website, jimmarchant.com. It's JIMMARCHANT.com.
Oh, that's
And
fantastic.
reach out. I have a contact page there. I could use all the volunteers I can get. Certainly donations. There's a big green or big red donate button there. So hit that donate button. There you go.
We appreciate
Yep.
that as well. Hey, Jim, thanks a lot. And Yadusha, you were great today. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new guest. Thanks a lot. See you later.